Welcome back, everybody, to the Yellowstone Yams Team Builder Dynasty here on College Football 25. Today, the Yams make their Mountain West debut as UTEP comes to town. Now, after last week, we are going to make a move here on the depth chart. We're actually going to have Aaron Spurlock take the bulk of the carries in this game just to test it out. The reason being is our run game was horrific against Buffalo, and Jerome Neal didn't really help us out. He seems to be a straight line runner, unable to really do much in change of direction, agility, any kind of moves like spin move or juke move. However, he is still really good in the pass game, so I am going to keep him as the third down back. But for now, Aaron Spurlock will get the bulk of the carries in today's game. So now let's take a look at the UTEP roster. They are a 75 overall, 74 offense, and 76 defense. They are a 1.5-star program, just a little bit better than that Buffalo program we played a week ago. And once again, they only have one player above 80 overall. Now at quarterback, they will be starting Skylar Locklear here. He doesn't have a great speed, but he does have a lot better throwing stats than CJ Ogbonna that we faced last week. At running back, we'll see both Javion Jackson and Darian Trikey carrying the rock today. At wide receiver, it's going to be Jaden Smith, Trey Goodman, and Amari White, as well as Ashton Nickelberry. I'm very confident in our pass defense this week. I feel like we match up really well against these receivers. At tight end, they have Judah Ezinwa as their top target. Not very much speed, not very great catching, so should be okay there as well. However, on the defensive line, this is going to be the best individual player we have played yet. Maurice Westmoreland, he is going to be an absolute firecracker on that right side. If you saw last week's episode against Buffalo, we had some trouble and it led to the game-losing fumble. We're going to have to get it right against Maurice Westmoreland. Lucky for us, Leon Fox is a lefty, so he can roll left a lot of the time, so we'll see if that helps us today. Now at linebacker, they do have Dorian Hopkins here in the middle, and I see that he has 68 speed, so if we can get him into maybe some matchups with maybe Fred Hart or maybe somebody in our slot, we should be able to dominate this matchup here with such a low speed guy. And looking at the secondary this week, they got Josiah Allen, Yes Man Green, and John Burris III. They have two really good corners on the outside, and then it gets a little bit worse the farther you go down. So I do think maybe our slot guys and our four guys might have really good days today. However, we are not going to want to test them deep like we did last week. Corey Chapman on one side, very good player, 90 speed. And on the other side, you've got Xavier Smith, who is 94 speed as well. So once again, Leon Fox does not have great throw power. Hopefully I listen to myself and I don't test these guys deep. And now that we know the rosters, let's head on over to a rainy Billings, Montana at Geyser Field as they're getting set to kick it off. The stands are empty, the rain is coming down, and the Yams are in their all-black alternates as we are off here in our first Mountain West game in team history, looking for that first win as we get the returner down. And here comes Skylar Locklear, the sophomore from North Carolina. So the first play, you got Trikey in the backfield here for UTEP. They hand it off to him. He's going to find some room and get about 7 to open the game. Now, a little bit later, they check in Jackson here, and he is going to get a big first down. They love to use both of these backs as Trikey's right back in there. This time, he goes down, tackled by Valentine. On 2nd and 11 now, the first pass of the day, Locklear is just going to throw this one away. So 3rd and 11 now. Locklear trying to find some time, and he's going to be sacked. It's Jerion Love, the backup defensive tackle. What a play there, and that will end the drive. So now let's see if Gutierrez learned his lesson from last week, and he's going to spin once, breaks a tackle, finds room on the left side, and a big hit there is the Yams will come out for their first drive of the day, as you can really get a look at those alternate helmets. Absolutely beautiful. I love these unis on the Yams. And here we come out in the split T. We weren't using the right playbook last week. We were accidentally using Colorado, so now we are using that Penn State playbook. As we get a big play to Fred Hart here, breaks a tackle. No, they bring him down. but the Yams are in business. So 1st and 10 now. First handoff to Aaron Spurlock, taking over the running back duties today. Bit of a test for him, see if he can win that starting job as we roll left here and fire backwards to Sledge, and that's going to be a 1st down. Inside the 20 now. Fox has some time, and he's hit as he throws, incomplete. 3rd and 7 now here for the Yams. They bring a blitz, fires to Sledge, and he powers forward for the 1st down. Split T action now, Spurlock, and he gets to about the 3. 2nd and goal here. They're going to hand it to Sean Martin in the goal line formation, and he goes nowhere. 3rd down, they're going to get trickery, throw it here, and he hits it off the butt of the UTEP defender, and they're just going to kick a field goal here to take an early lead. So 2 weeks in a row, the Yams have converted on their opening drive, but they would have liked the touchdown there. So here comes the Miners on their 2nd possession. They fire it across the middle, and that's a beautiful tip away from Gutierrez. Locklear keeps it here, and he goes down. It's Gutierrez again. 3rd and 9 now here for UTEP. Plenty of time for Locklear, and he's just going to throw this away. Nobody open downfield. So here comes the Yams back around midfield. That was a risky throw to Fred Hart, but it converts. Fox again throwing it here over the middle, and that's going to be a drop for Nick Mixon. And another 3rd and 5. They're just going to throw this to Jerome Neal, the 3rd down back, and he can't make a move to the 1st down, and they're going to stall out here at midfield. So now we get a really short punt here, and oh my, we run into the defender. There's going to be a flag there. So UTEP's going to get an extra 15 and start out at the 42. They hand it to Trikey, and he goes nowhere to start the drive. Terry Baker in on the tackle. As now Jackson checks in, change of pace guy, and he gets a 1st down. 1st and 10 here over the middle. It's intercepted! It's John Henley! He cut the route, the 1st turnover of program history. What a play to end the 1st quarter. Locklear can't believe it. And the Yams will take over to start the 2nd quarter. So first play, they're going to run that RPO to Mixon. We ran this a lot last week, and this time it works. So now already across midfield for Fox. He has some time, hits his man over the middle as he's hit. That's Ryan McGee, his 1st catch of the day. So now they're going to hand off to Spurlock, who cuts inside, gets about 4. 2nd and 6 now here for the Yams. They run that play action and hit as he throws. I'm kind of shocked that wasn't a flag for intentional grounding. But 3rd and 6 now for Fox as, oh, that's a risky throw. Lucky it was incomplete. They will punt. So UTEP comes back out. They're going to go for the jet sweep and a big hit there from Jay Jones. 2nd and 12 now. Handoff to Jackson. He keeps having these big runs as we get an injury timeout from Terry Baker. Holding his chest, it looks like. We'll have to check on that injury a bit later, as it's going to be 3rd and 6 now, as they throw this one away. So the Yams take over back around midfield. Another handoff here to Spurlock. They're really going to try to get this run going today, especially in the downpour. Now we get a jet sweep to Mixon, and he gets close to a 1st down, but they'll call him short. So 3rd and inches here as he hit as he throw. The safety blitz got there, but they're going to come out in the split T. We are going for it. Sean Martin gets the carry, and that's going to be an easy 1st down. So now another 1st down here. Man in motion, Spurlock. He's going to break a tackle here and find his way towards the 1st down marker. He can also catch it a little bit out of the backfield as Leon Fox takes it, and he slides, learning from last week. So 1st and 10 here for the Yams, and there it is. Westmoreland finally gets through his 1st sack of the day. And now we, on 3rd down, just run a screen, and that does nothing. So once again, we stall out at like the 35, having to punt here. That's 3 straight drives, and they're actually going to get a nice return there. Start out around the 26. So 1:26 left in the half. Locklear has some time, just dumps this off. That's White, and he gets 3. 1:10 left as they're going to hurry it up. And there's a nice catch working on Burdett Jones. Locklear starting to settle in here as he gets sacked. So 2nd and 18 here. Dumps this one off. Cuts up field. Going to get most of this back. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Horrible defense there. Now they throw an out route. That's an easy first down. So UTEP working across the 50 now. Locklear throws that way over the man's head. What's happening for Locklear here today? As they dump this one short, he's going to get maybe about 7. So only about 15 seconds left. They throw this, and that's going to be 4th down. Burdett Jones knocks it away, but they are going to go for it. 12 seconds left in the half. Drops back, fires it short. That's going to be a first down, and they use that last timeout. So the field goal unit will come on out. This is a 50-yarder right where Buffalo hit their game winner last week. We'll see if they can hit this one, and no, it goes wide left. So it's only a 3-0 game here as we hit halftime. The rain definitely impacting this one, folks, as Yellowstone, they've had the plays, they've had all the situations. They just can't get past that 30, 40, 50-yard line on UTEP's side. So first play here of the second half as they hand it to Spurlock, continuing to want to try and pound the run. They do another jet sweep, and this time Westmoreland brings them down in the backfield. Now 3rd down, they're going to throw a screen. Spurlock has a ton of room. There he goes. He's across the 50, finally pushed out. Now once again across the 50, can the Yams finally push past as they take a shot to Fred Hart, and it's tipped away. So 2nd and 10 now, the stretch out wide. Spurlock has some room. He cuts inside. This is going to be the best run of the season for the Yams. Now they fake the jet sweep. They're going to throw this one deep to Jerome Neal, and he hits him inside the 5. As now there's some jawing out there in the secondary as we're going to bring out the split T and pound it in for the first touchdown of the day. The Yams have a 2-score lead here at Geyser Field. And it looks like Yellowstone has been really good this season, scoring on their first drives of halves. They've done it now in every single half of the season. And here comes UTEP, big play. One thing that killed us last week was those big plays. As this time, it's almost picked by Burdett Jones. 3rd and 11 now here for UTEP, and that's going to go down. It's another sack for Jerry on Love. He's filling in for Terry Baker, doing a great job doing it. As now a first down, and Spurlock has nowhere to go. 2nd and 10 here for Fox as he's hit, and that is going to be a 3rd down. Here's the snap. As they throw this deep, he has his man. It's Nick Mixon making the play. Another big-time throw down the field for Fox. And now Fox is hot as he has that little fire symbol there as they throw it back out to Spurlock. They did this a little bit earlier in the game. This one gets 5. 3rd and 8 now, once again around midfield. Fox throws it late, and Mixon can't get to the first down. Another punt. So 1st and 10 here. They're going to hand it back off to Jackson. He gets 8. He's been their best running back on the day. And they throw it out wide. It's picked off! It's John Henley! He's going the other way! Touchdown, Yams! What a play on your dome. John Henley gets his 2nd pick of the ball game. Locklear, he threw an absolute missile, but it was to the far side of the field. And just way too much time to recover for John Henley as he gives the Yams a 3-score lead. So here comes UTEP trying to respond down 17. They throw an RPO out to White, hit by Jay Jones. 2nd and 9 here. Locklear's going to keep it. He makes a play, and that's going to be close to a first down. And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter as it's a 17-0 game here for the Yams. They've scored 14 in this quarter. They are killing it. We'll see if they can finish the job. As Locklear drops back, has time, hits Jackson, and he breaks away again. Jackson having a great day today as now they're inside the 30. They toss it out to Jackson here, and he breaks one. Gets about 8. 2nd and 7 here inside the 15. They hand it off to Trikey, who gets inside the 5. With about 5 minutes left, UTEP needs to punch this in. 1st and goal. It's going to be a keeper, and oh, what a hit from Jed Patrick. 2nd and goal now. Locklear's going to keep it again. He finds some room, but it closes quickly. 3rd and goal, they're out empty. Locklear has time. He waits, and just throws this away. So 4th and goal, the Yams can get off the field here. They only bring 4. He throws it to the end zone. Intercepted. It's Jay Jones. But no, there's a flag. Let's wait to see what it is. They're celebrating on defense. But it's a roughing the passer for Jared Gilbert. What are you doing, buddy? So I'll give UTEP a fresh set of downs here. 1st and goal. Handoff to Jackson. He gets to the inch. 2nd and goal. Can they punch it in? Jackson. Yes, they do. But wait, it's another flag. What is this one? Holding on UTEP. You can't make this up. This is the longest goal line sequence I've ever seen. 2nd and goal now. Jackson gets back to the 5. 3rd and goal here. Locklear has some time. Throws it to quintuple coverage. AJ Flanagan brings it down. The Yams hold. The shutout is intact. But now they got to fight out of their own end zone as Neal almost gives up a safety. 2nd and 12 here. They'll just give it to Sean Martin, who fights through for 9. 3rd and 3. They'll do it again. Sean Martin, and he is stopped. So here comes UTEP yet again. It's Locklear. He has time. He throws it deep, and it's Lamar Lanes. He picks it off. He makes a move, and he fumbles. UTEP has it. They're going the other way. No way. There's no way that's a fumble. They're saying it's a touchdown. We're going to have to go to review. Amani White has it. And the fans have no idea what's going on. Both teams are celebrating. So Locklear overthrows it. Lamar Lanes makes a beautiful interception. He spins once, spins twice, and then blindsided, and that ball is out. This call's going to stand. Unreal. Way to get your first touchdown of the season if you're a UTEP Miner fan. And the shutout is over as here's the onside kick now. It's now a two-score game. Mixon picks it up. So here comes Yellowstone trying to finish the game on the ground. Spurlock gets about 1. 2nd play here, and that goes nowhere. They'll start using their timeouts. 3rd and 11 will take a shot here through the air, and nice diving tip away, trying to find Ryan McGee. So here comes UTEP now as they throw it over the middle. That is going to be a nice 1st down. They hurry it up now, and beautiful throw against Burdett Jones. He hits Jaden Smith there. We haven't seen much of him today, and there's another pick. It's John Henley times 3, and pick 6 times 2 for the corner. Unreal. The pick 6 merchant, John Henley on your dome, gives the Yams a 24-7 lead. So here comes UTEP now after yet another turnover. Just throwing it over the middle, and that one is incomplete. 2nd and 10 here, just a little over a minute left. Definitely the dagger was that pick 6 as Jay Jones makes a big play in the air. 3rd and 10 now here as Locklear has plenty of time. Hits his man over the middle. That's Amani White yet again. Big play for him. So 1 minute left here in the game. As they drop back. That's going to be a fumble. Jared Gilbert forced it, and they pick it up. So it's going to be 3rd and 28 now. So they just jammed this one deep and tipped away by Lanes. So 4th and 28 now. 40 seconds left. Game pretty much over. Locklear has time. Beautiful pass protection here, and he just throws it on a comeback route, and that's going to be a 1st down for UTEP. So 30 seconds left here. Locklear has time yet again as he throws this over the middle. And where was this the whole game? As that's going to be another big play, this time to Goodman. 4th and 10 here. Last play of the game, it seems. Plenty of time. He's just going to throw it up to the end zone. It's intercepted! It's Lamar Lanes, and that's going to do it as we hit triple zeros. The Yams have done it. their first victory in program history, also their first conference game, as they win this one 24-7. A great game here in the rain. Now, I was not nearly happy with how this offense played. If you take away those pick sixes, it's a 10-7 ball game. So we got to figure out the run game. We got to figure out how to not stall out around midfield. But as always, when you're getting those big defensive plays, when you get 6 interceptions like we got today, it's going to do you wonders. So that's a win here for Yellowstone here at home. Not a lot of fans this week, but 24-7 is your final, as this is kind of the opposite of last week. Last week, we were the offensive powerhouse, and we had all the turnovers. This time, it's kind of a complete flip of the script here, is we didn't really do much on offense. UTEP just gave us every opportunity here. As we take a look at the stats, Leon Fox, he had an okay day. No interceptions for him. Almost threw a couple, but 179 yards. I did like the way Spurlock ran, even though the average may not show it. He felt like he hit the holes a little bit better. And receiving, man, we've got to figure out a way to get Tyrone Easley involved. We got Fred Hart a little bit. It's just the offense as a whole was just incredibly lethargic, really, after that first quarter. And I got to go back to the drawing board, figure that out. But the defense was incredible. No notes. Just everybody was dominant. Great coverage, great pressure the entire game. And how about Jarian Love filling in for Terry Baker here? He had 2.5 sacks today. We'll check on the injury a little bit later here for Baker, but 3 interceptions for Henley. Lanes had 2, even though he gave them their only score. Flanagan had 1 as well. Just a great all-around performance from this defense. And obviously, the 2 touchdowns always helps. So looking for UTEP here, under 50% for Locklear. Just felt like the game kind of got away from him. He had 4 interceptions in that fourth quarter alone. Jackson was electric, averaging 7 a carry. I felt like they should have pounded him a bit more because we could not stop him. And it was White who had the heads-up play to pick up that fumble, get himself a touchdown. So good job by him. I was really happy with the way we did play against Westmoreland. He made maybe a couple plays, had that one big sack, but he really was a non-factor. I felt like he was going to dominate this game a lot more, so I'm really proud of the offensive line and what they did today. But overall, just a wonderful game. So after his first career win, Chad Barber will move up to a level 3 as he gets 2 more coaching upgrades here for his skill trees. As we take a look at the injuries, unfortunately, Terry Baker did break his collarbone in that game. He will be out the next 7 weeks here. That is going to be a massive loss. He's a top 5 player on the team, a big presence in the middle. And starting in his place will be Jarian Love. He had 2.5 sacks today in relief for Baker, and we will be looking to him to replicate that success over the course of the next 7 weeks. And it looks like John Henley has won both the Mountain West and the National Defensive Player of the Week for his 3 interceptions and 2 pick sixes. As we take a look around the country at some of the scores, USC beats LSU in the Coliseum. Clemson beats Georgia by 27 in a big-time upset. Texas takes down Michigan as well in another upset. Our rivals Boise State lose by 10 to Fresno State. They are still winless on the year. And Tulane, who beat Oklahoma last week, has a 2-point win over Nebraska. I think they've cemented themselves as the favorite for that G6 auto bid. Ole Miss survives that Middle Tennessee State upset bid. NC State absolutely throttles Buffalo, who beat us last week. This just shows how far we still have to climb. A&M takes down Notre Dame at home, 18 points as well, an absolute drumming. And here's a look at the Mountain West scores this week. San Jose State takes down New Mexico at home. We beat UTEP. Nevada gets it done against New Mexico State. And UTSA wins on the road as they go to 2-0. So here's a look at the updated top 25. Texas is your new number 1 team. You got Florida State up into the top 10 with 2 straight wins. And no Tulane in sight quite yet. As we know, John Henley won both the National Defensive Player of the Week as well as the Mountain West, but on offense, this UCLA receiver had a little over 100 yards, but 6 total touchdowns, an amazing week for him. And then in the Mountain West, it is San Jose State wide receiver Justin Lockhart who had 2 touchdowns as well as about 120 all-purpose yards. So as we sim forward to the next week here in game, we get another recruiting update as it looks like Vince Knight has us in his top 3 while we are locked out of Jared Atwell. He wasn't one of our top contenders, so that's okay. But our number 1 guy, DeMarco Sheets, does have us here in his top 5, which is fantastic to see. We are in number 1. Same thing with Jose Poe and Colin Schumann. And Rayshawn Keys put us in the top 8 along with Slack and Landry. These are all guys that we are going after, so great news there. Here's a reminder of what our recruiting house rules look like in this series. From now on, I will include these rules in all future video descriptions, so if you ever need a reminder, just scroll down, they should be in there. So as we look at our recruiting here after that week 1 game, DeMarco Sheets, we still have a healthy lead for him. He now has 3 total offers. Well in the lead here is Nebraska takes over Colorado for number 2 for our 4-star. We are still in the lead for Wall. Now Folan, I gave him less points. I'll show you why in a second. But we are well in first and we are his only offer at this point. We are still in the lead here for Jose Poe. Well in the lead here for Rayshawn Keys. And Colin Schumann, we are also in the lead, but he has 3 offers. And then I decided to add Garius Cleland to the 50-hour mark, that send the house mark, because he does have 3 offers. We are in 3rd place. I do want to make a run at him. Now, I don't know his scouting. We don't have the hours, but I am banking on that he is going to be 90 plus in both the speed and acceleration. That catch and traffic's really high as well for a deep route guy, for a deep threat. So I am really excited about this prospect, so I am going to go all in on him despite not knowing exactly those ratings. The rest of this does look the same. We don't have any updates in terms of guys who have actually committed yet, but I am quite happy with the way a lot of these battles are looking thus far. And here we're going to remove Jared Atwell as he did lock us out of his top 3, which means he will no longer be considering the Yellowstone Yams. And after that win, Chad Barber now has 2 upgrades here, so we're going to do exactly the opposite of what we did last week. Last week, we went after the quarterback recruiting actions. This week, we're going to do it for the wide receivers. The reason being, we have 3 wide receivers we're heavily targeting, and we are behind in some of those battles, so this should give us a chance to get back into those races and perhaps win them. So that's going to do it for today's episode, folks. If you enjoyed this one, hit that like and subscribe button. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of 2024. Next week, the Yams will be back in action at home, taking on the Nevada Wolfpack in another Mountain West clash. We'll see you then.